Defense and run transition. Big 15-point lead in the first quarter going to the hometown guys.
Anthony Frederick's shot won't go. Rebounded by Burt, and that'll do it for the end of the quarter. The Spirits pick up a point in the standings. We'll explain that to you. 38-23, Savannah leading Mississippi. This is the CBA on ESPN. Just like that. Same thing. Welcome back to the Savannah Civic Center, everybody. The length of the hockey game has pushed us into the second quarter already. I'm Bob Lewandowski, sitting in for Bob Lee, who's getting set for Big Monday later on here on ESPN. We'll tell you about that later. Irv Brown is my partner, and Irv, we've seen the transition game. Two teams that love to run it up and down the floor.
Boy, have we ever. Of course, Henry Bibby played at UCLA for John Wooden, and you know that they're going to get it up and down the court. You're going to see some UCLA high post offense and the 2-1-2 press. Out of the side of the coin, interesting situation in Mississippi. I'm not so sure if it wasn't for Bill Musselman that Tom Schneeman wouldn't be the coach of the year. He's done a great job with these guys. He's got them playing good basketball, and he's been everywhere. I remember the guy when he was at Summit County up in the hills of Colorado, and then he was at Washington State with George Raveling. Spent some time in Detroit with Smokey Gaines. I mean, he's been everywhere. He's done a very good job with this ball club.
Irvin, that Mississippi team has won 4 in a row to solidify their position in second place in the Eastern Division standings of the CBA. Savannah was battling them for second throughout most of the season. They've fallen on some hard times lately. They've lost 5 of their last 6, but have made 4 player moves here just in the last 48 hours. And hopefully they're going to shake things up. Now they're battling for the 4th and final playoff spot in the East. We're back to action.
Excuse me. The one thing you got to love about the CBA, even though it was a rout the first quarter, now we start over.
Wipe the slate clean. Each quarter worth a point in the standings. If you're new to CBA basketball, the 7-point system. This is Walker Russell. He played at Western Michigan, feeding Eddie Lee Wilkins for the one-hander.
He's just on fire. One of the better offensive players around. His problem is playing weak side defense. Nice block by Eddie. Nothing wrong with that. Here comes Othell.
Othell Wilson leads a 2-on-1. They drop it for Wilkins.
Can't run it any better than that. Steve Burt with a solid assist. Henry's done a good job with his basketball team getting ready to play on national TV.
16 points already for Eddie Lee Wilkins. He averages 25. 42-23, the Savannah Spirits leading the Mississippi Jets. Glad to have you along with us for professional basketball here on ESPN.
There's so many stories here as we look at Henry Bibby. His assistant there is Lenny Passing. Tico Brown, who's sitting out right now, is a legend down here. He has his own radio show. He's sports director down here. They love him.
Anthony Frederick. Chased down by Othell Wilson. Here's Walker Russell.
Guard-oriented offense along with Eddie Lee Wilkins. There's one of the guards.
And Russell connects.
Now he can play a little bit. Started out, he was going to go to Michigan State. Grades weren't good. Went to a junior college, Oakland Community College. Goes to Western Michigan. It's been a very nice career for Walker.
And Mississippi needs a timeout. They trail 44-23. Savannah on top. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This is the CBA on ESPN. A good look at Henry Bibby, head coach of the Savannah Spirits. I'm Bob Lewandowski with Irv Brown. 44-23. Savannah leading Mississippi. Anthony Frederick ran down big number 52, Brian Riley. Offensive foul.
Excuse me, Bob. Tommy Wood with a call. The other official is Daryl Humphrey. Well, look in the middle for the viewer. Watch number 52 for Mississippi. This is the guy I want to see. Not so much what happens today because he isn't ready. I want to see him in a year. 7'2" Lester Fonville. Now, the NBA is a big man's league, and yet there is an opportunity up there. I watched this Kevin Duckworth now with Portland, and it just tells me if you work hard, what can happen.
The Spirits will keep it underneath as it goes out of bounds. 10:19 to go in the second quarter. And the Spirits won the first quarter, picking up a point in the standings.
Just talking about Fonville. Watching him before the game, he's got natural block shot. There it is. Shot blocking instinct. That's why I like this guy.
Good call, Irv.
I'll tell you something. It is a big man's league. Duckworth, Manute Bowl. If you're big and you work hard, good things can happen.
And Burt didn't bother that rejection a moment ago. He just came out, fired the jumper. He has 6 now, and it's 46-23, Savannah on top.
Listen, he can play. Steve Burt was at Iona. He stayed at Iona rather than leave because his grandmother was ill. She raised him when his parents died. He got 35 against Byron Scott, 32 against Glenn Rivers.
Anthony Frederick scores 6. We'll tell you more about Steve Burt in a minute. He won a very special award for the New York area. This is Riley trying to get it inside.
Well, they better get it down on Lester because he is a big man.
Walker Russell swinging it for Steve Burt. Frederick comes up with it for Mississippi. The Jets in blue once again, and the Spirits in the light gray. 46-25 our score. 8-2 the quarter. Spirits lead both.
Both Bannister and Fonville playing at the same time. Bannister went to Europe. Looks like he's got more finesse this time. Watch him before the game with a little left-hander, some movement.
And a foul inside, loose ball foul.
Looks like they got Jackson on that one. Lewis really is the glue when he comes in for Mississippi. Right now, Mississippi's got to get something going. It's been all Savannah.
This is Walker Russell. Wilkins in a crowd, and that'll be a travel.
Got the foul.
No,
they got a charge.
Charging instead. And a technical foul has been called on Tom Schneeman of the Mississippi Jets. They'll send Walker Russell to the line, and with good reason. He's an 82% free throw shooter.
That's unusual when the coach gets a tee after he got the call, but Schneeman thought that there was a travel call, and it actually was a travel call. Apparently he questioned Tommy Wood's berth and got one.
47-25, the Savannah Spirits lead the Mississippi Jets. We're in Savannah, Georgia, live on ESPN. Lewis Jackson for an easy one.
I like Jackson's game. A stone shooter. He's a quiet guy, but he is the glue. He gets them quietly. 9-4 ball game in this quarter.
Riley. Heavily down the middle, and out of bounds it goes. The Jets will get it back.
Talking about Lester Fonville, you saw he has no feet at all right now. No movement. And Riley, who isn't the quickest guy in the world, went by him like he's standing still. But who knows what's going to happen in a year. I hate to be redundant, Bob, but this Kevin Duckworth out of Eastern Illinois with a second-round pick of San Antonio, traded to Portland for Barry, and all he's doing now is going wild. He got 30 the other night against Denver.
Get the opportunity and make the most of it. And that's Anthony Frederick scoring. He's got 8. 47-29 now. The Jets are trying to sneak back into this one. A lot of time left. 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Russell, they swing it around to Burt in the corner. Burt's got it back. Off the heel. Fonville rebounding. Dropping it there for Ricky Wilson. He'll bring it across the timeline. 9-6 in the quarter. Savannah leading that department. Bannister. Tommy Wood said that was a long step and called him for the travel.
I think the difference, you know, Bannister's always had the reputation of just being a pounder, a bruiser. That was a finesse move with the spin. Let's take a look. Watch him spin and make his move. And even though he travels, and I'm not sure he did, that's what it's going to take if he's going to make it come expansion time.
There's a timeout on the floor. Spirits 47, the Jets 29. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the Savannah Civic Center. We're live on ESPN for CBA basketball. Inside the huddle of Coach Henry Bibby of the Savannah Spirits. Henry's a great trivia question. The only guy to ever be a championship member of an NCAA, NBA, and CBA team. Only guy. You can use that one, Herb.
I refereed that ball game when they played Villanova. Remember Howard Porter was there, and Howard had signed early with an agent or something. They had to give him money back. Sidney Wicks was in that game. Steve Patterson now to coach at Arizona State.
Folks, we'll have our CBA telephone poll coming up in just a minute. You can take part in today's telecast. We'll have a question for you. You can call in 60 cents and answer the question what you think is the right response as Walker Russell sends it up from outside. And we'll give you the results, keep you updated throughout today's game. Glad you could be along with us.
That's the way you're supposed to play defense. Frederick watched the belt buckle, did not go for all the head and shoulder fakes of Walker Russell. Remember his brother Campy?
Yep. .707 remaining in the second quarter. Ophel Wilson is called for the foul. That's his second.
He comes out. Here's the all-time leading scorer, Tico Brown. And it's a different deal for Tico. He's 31 years of age. He isn't going anywhere. He played for Dwayne Morrison at Georgia Tech. But this guy's been around, and they love him down here.
Inside for Lewis Jackson, and he's hammered by Steve Burt.
Nice little pass on the baseline. Burt leads his team in block shots, even though he's about 6'1". This time he gets a piece of the arm.
Jackson for a pair. Third in the CBA in free throw shooting. 85% on the year.
Out of Alabama State. His coach was James Oliver in college, and he did a good job with him. This guy can post you up and shoot a jumper. He played with Kevin Lotter in college at Alabama State.
40.
Kevin,
Sorry, Irv.
I was just going to say Kevin played with Kansas City when the Kings were there, not in Sacramento.
Brown on the long fadeaway. Tico now with 8 points. 49-31, Savannah leading.
Talking to him before the game, I said, Tico, do you drive anymore? And he said, when the spirit moves me. Of course, these are the spirits down here.
Bannister's inside. He is grabbed by Wilkins. And Ken Bannister, 6'9", will go to the line.
Trinidad Junior College. A guy named Jim Topol done a good job in that state. Went to Indiana State for Bill Hodges, then transferred. And he winds it up with St. Augustine.
Bannister now with 2 points, both coming from the line.
Much better second quarter, 11-9. He can cut it to a point.
Walker Russell comes down with the rebound. 49-32, Savannah leading. 6:30 to go here in the second period. Russell looking for Burt down the baseline. Pretty pass.
Solid pass indeed. You know what I like? A lot of guys have to make that transition. They're scorers in college, just like Walker Russell was. Now he's got to be a point here. Nice by Frederick.
Frederick scoring. He has 10. Heard the Savannah team doesn't look like the team that's lost 5 of their last 6 games. They're playing well.
Yeah, they really are ready to play. That's good defense by Bannister.
Almost a steal by Tico.
Well, that is how you stop the break, choke the guards.
And Burt comes up with a steal. It's a 3-on-2 for the Spirits. Burt had it stripped by Lewis Jackson.
Well, only 5-on-1. Let's see what happens.
Ricky Wilson got it.
Ricky's been an all-star. He's got that intensity. He ended up going to George Mason as we get the foul underneath. And the reason he went to George Mason, staying out of Maryland, he just liked a guy by the name of Rick Barnes. Let's take a look at the transition. Here they come, very hard. They spread the court. And there's the effort, and watch the defensive effort here and the foul.
Eddie Lee Wilkins at the line. He has 16 already here in the first half.
Okay, what kind of league it is, Bob. We watched Henry Bibby with Riley. They were showing Riley where to go before the game because there are a lot of trades made in this league. Enos Wadley just called up by Atlanta, 10-day deal. And that's where they're playing.
Wilkins leads the Spirits in both scoring and rebounding. 18 points now for the big man.
His mother's watching. You want to be sure and tell her hello.
All right, it's done. 53-36, the Spirits lead the Jets. Lewis Jackson backed it in nicely against Steve Burt.
Boy, did you call that right? He pinned Burt down. That was a mismatch.
Jackson at 6'6", Burt only 6'2". 53-38, 5 minutes approaching here in the first half. Russell sends it from outside. Walker Russell with 5. This is Ricky Wilson. And Tommy Wood has the call.
Ricky is actually better at penetrating than shooting, but he'll make the big shots for you.
The quarter stands at 17-15. Savannah leads that, and they lead the game 55-38. The CBA employs the same rules as the NBA with a few exceptions. We'll try to give those all to you, one of which is the no foul out rule, and Steve Burt picked up his 3rd foul. You cannot foul out of a CBA game after your 6th foul. Any subsequent foul after that is administered as a technical, and the team gets a bonus free throw, but you can stay in the game.
Here's Tom Schneemann. Went to Dayton. He was there before Don Donner, so you know Tom's got a little gray tooth.
All right, let's talk about some of the news in the CBA to update you on. The player of the week, Jamie Waller from Charleston, averaged 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 block shots. Bob Hill is the new coach of the Topeka Sizzlers. And the Albany Patroons, what a great start. 36-4, the best start in the CBA's history. 42 years. Attendance is up 26%. They think they might go over 1 million for the first time ever in the CBA. The folks outside and around this league are discovering that pro basketball outside the NBA can be exciting and interesting. And Wilkins is looking like an NBA prospect for sure. But they will wave that one off.
This big guy did a pretty good job. Watch Fonville. Watch Big Lester. Once again, he's got those shot blocking tendencies. He'll go up. Bannister throws the elbow. And this thing is tied.
The quarter is tied at 17 all. 55-40 the score as the Spirits still in control of the game.
Foul number 20, Walker D. Russell. His second foul.
Greg Hines returns to the lineup for the Savannah Spirits, number 42.
Well, listen, this guy's got to be the main man here today. He proposed on his knees Saturday night on national TV to Jackie Davis. I mean, Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Huh?
Here's Lewis Jackson. Well, we're starting to see a lot more fouls called, but now it's slowed the tempo of the game down. They were really running it in that first quarter.
Well, maybe the officials knew the hockey game was on, and they were saving themselves to get some airtime.
1 out of 2 for Jackson. 55-41. This is Wilson. Ricky Wilson. Got it.
Was that a solid job? Picked him clean. The Jets with a 3-point lead in the quarter. They're down 12 for the game.
Steve Burt working on Ricky Wilson. They clear it out on the right side for him. Watch Riley cut through now. They have a 2-man game going. Riley's turnaround off the high glass, no. Bannister rebounds.
Bannister once got 24 rebounds. Charles Oakley 25. As their two teams collided in the semifinals of the National Championship NAIA.
Inside, it's loose. Fonville. And Frederick inside. Steve Burt mixing it up with the big men. Now the Spirits take control. This is Russell. He waits for help. 3:20 to go in the third, or in the second quarter, rather. Hines sends it, no. Frederick spins away from Tico Brown. He goes by Burt and spins it in.
That's the best move of the day. I mean, he only had to beat 3 bodies.
12 points for Anthony Frederick.
And Jimmy Herrick, if you got a day off and you're watching, the guy you coach in college is looking pretty good.
And the Jets have come back to within 10 now. They were trailing by 21 at one point. Burt
There's Lester.
had it blocked by Fonville. It's loose and the Jets come away.
That's my man. I'm starting a fan club for Lester.
Wilson. And Fonville was not looking for the pass. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our CBA telephone poll. A question will be coming your way. You can take part of today's broadcast. 60-cent charge for the call, and we'll give you the results throughout. One of the issues in basketball today.
This guy's done a very good job once again.
A look at the scoring leaders. As they stand today in this CBA, Tommy Davis on top from Pensacola. And you can see we've got Steve Burden, Ricky Wilson, and Eddie Wilkins, 3 of the top 5 in the league in today's game. Tico Brown, this one goes out of play. And I mentioned earlier that 6 of the league's top 13 scorers performing for us this afternoon here in Savannah. Glad you could be along with us. We have 2:20 to go in the second quarter.
Derek White comes in for Fonville. White, another guy who played for the Waves of Pepperdine.
And a whistle down low. And the Jets have taken the lead in the quarter, 22-17. And there you see it. Tico Brown for Savannah. Far and away the all-time scorer in the league. He's played, this is in his 8th season in the CBA, was the 23rd player selected back in 1979 by the Utah Jazz.
So many great games, and I was talking to him a little bit about what's the best one. He says, I've scored more in other games, but probably the one he remembers best. He got 50 against Rochester. Did everything.
You know, Irving scored 60 in a playoff game once, too, against Montana in the championship series. I guess the knock is defensively on him, although he thinks that he plays as good a defense as a lot of guys in the NBA.
2 minutes left in the quarter.
Well, the Jets have made a nice comeback. They are trailing now just by 8, 55-47. They lead the quarter by 7.
Well, they do a good job. They get that basketball to the hash mark and away they go. Nice block once again.
Jackson blocked the shot of Brown.
Here's a nice matchup. Watch the two Wilsons go at each other. Othell really can play defense. He was on a good basketball team with Sampson, Carlisle, Lamp.
That was a fine team. Eric White.
That should be great.
We have 1:27 remaining in the first half. Don't forget we have Halftime Magazine coming up for you. Special features, our CBA telephone poll. Irv will have a special guest. And a whole lot more. Stay with us at halftime. Tico one-on-one against Lewis Jackson. The shot goes off for Hines. And he scores on the follow.
Oh, they step over the end line. Hines with a nice putback. As Henry Bibby looks on, Hines played with Ricky Mahorn at Hampton Institute. They once again went against Charles Oakley. That seems to be the barometer as we have a 20-second timeout. Everybody compares what they did against Oakley if they were in small college.
The quarter now is up for grabs, Irv. It appeared for a moment there that Mississippi had a 7-point lead. It's now just a 3-point lead in the quarter. Savannah still leads the game 59-47.
Here's where you really see some strategy, and Mississippi made a major mistake a moment ago when they stepped over the end line. The 3-point rule, of course, is in effect, and the line is just a little closer than the NBA, a little further out than the collegiate game.
1:09 to go in the first half. A 12-point advantage for the hometown Savannah Spirits. The leading scorers. Wilkins with 16 to lead everybody.
All right, they step on the line. This should be 3 possessions now. 2 for the guys in blue, Mississippi, and 1 for Savannah. And Tom Schneeman will use the clock here. Wants to win this quarter. Needs a hoop here, and that would probably cinch it up.
Eric White, offensive foul. A little too aggressive with the move.
This Humphrey's a young kid. He's a college student. He's a pretty good official. We've seen him a lot this year. He gets a little better every time, more confident. Here it is. Watch the move. Does a good job. Tico Brown with position.
There's some good defense for Tico Brown. He knows he can play it. Walker Russell sends it off the iron. Here comes a 2-on-1 for the Jets. Anthony Frederick, a good hustle by Phil Wilson as he came from all the way down the floor to break that play up.
Here's the situation. 36 left in the quarter, 20 on the game clock, a 3-point lead. If you play defense here, you do have a chance to come down and tie. You need to stop right here.
And we're talking about that point that's up for grabs. You get a point for winning each quarter if you are new to the CBA. Every quarter worth something big in the standings. 59-47 in the game. Savannah leads it. Forced up. Tico Brown had the rebound, and Frederick stripped it away. He goes to the hole. Big basket.
Indeed.
Fans wanted another offensive foul. They didn't get it.
Got to shoot a 3-pointer and then foul somebody if you really want to win this quarter. There's Tico.
Tico Brown hits it. That's a 2-pointer. Long shot from Frederick. No. Brown's got it. They got a chance to tie with 1 second. Russell did miss by much. An exciting conclusion to the first half. The Spirits lead 61-49. Mississippi won the quarter. They pick up a point. We'll be back with our halftime magazine and more professional basketball. This is the CBA on ESPN. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Savannah Civic Center. 61-49. The Spirits, playing at home, have the lead here. It's time now for our halftime magazine. I'm Bob Lewandowski. Coming up in just a few moments is the Minolta shot. Take your best shot. One fan, one shot for $1,000. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes. We'll update you. We'll give you that question for our CBA telephone poll. First of all, we have a perfect example of what it's like when you keep working hard. From the CBA to the NBA, you can realize the dream. Michael Adams is an example, and ESPN's Bob Lee has that story.
Of the NCAA tournament. Sacramento drafted him in the 3rd round 3 years ago, and he spent 18 games with the Kings that year. About half of that season also in the CBA. The job was getting back to the National Basketball Association.
I think once I played in the CBA, I think the best thing for me to do was to, you know, work hard to get out of there. I think it's a stepping stone for guys who want to make it back to the pros, and I think I just worked on my game an awful lot in order to get back here.
I knew Michael Adams was going to make it because when I recruited him, he had two choices of coming with me or going to another team. And he could have made more money at the other team. But I tried to convince him that if he came with us, we would prepare him for the NBA.
Adams made it back to the NBA in 1986 with a full season for the Washington Bullets. Then he was part of a major trade, coming to the Denver Nuggets. His impact has been profound. Adams runs the club from the point guard slot. He's one of the league's leading three-point shooters, and his club is in the middle of the fight for the Midwest Division title. For Denver coach Doug Moe, it's another find from the ranks of the CBA. Adams joining fellow Nugget Mike Evans. Moe can use the help.
Mike Adams has been absolutely terrific for us. He gives us the up-tempo that we need in our style of play. So we've been fortunate in that we've gotten two little guys out of the CBA and have really, I mean, Mike Evans has helped us through the years, and Mike Adams in a half a year has been a big help to us.
Has all this success surprised the 25-year-old guard?
I'm surprised that I'm a starter right now. I'm not surprised that I've been playing pretty good. I've never had any doubts about my ability at all. It's just that when you get to playing time, I think you know, stats seem to come your way a little bit.
Adams' time in the CBA was well spent. It gave him an opportunity to improve, to be seen, and also to grow. And it's something he recommends.
For a younger guy who first gets out of college and who doesn't make it his first go-round, if he wants to continue to play, I think the CBA is an opportunity for him to improve on his game and let NBA scouts watch him and see if they get another chance at him.
CBA is the proving ground for the NBA. What a story on Michael Adams. My partner, Irv Brown, now is standing courtside with a very special guest. Irv, take it away.
Well, thank you, Bob. The mayor, John Rusaiga. Hey, you got yourself a pretty good town. First time down, I ran down by the Savannah River. This is good living.
Good-looking city. Probably America's most beautiful city.
I like your enthusiasm. This helps having the spirits here. Tico Brown doesn't hurt a bit.
Tico Brown downtown with Tico, and the spirits are exciting. It's great to have the basketball here. We haven't had it for this our second year with the spirits in town, and it's beautiful. It's exciting, great basketball.
I love your enthusiasm. Good luck, Your Honor.
Well, thank you, and it's great having ESPN back here.
Thank you, sir.
Come back again.
We will. Right. And talking about coming back, we'll be back right after this.
All right, coming up in just a minute, we'll have the Minolta Take Your Best Shot contest. One fan, one shot for $1,000, courtesy of Minolta, the official camera of the CBA. And the Minolta Award goes to the best field goal percentage shooter of the CBA this year. And let's take a look right now how that's going. The current leaders in the CBA, Vince Hamilton of La Crosse. You can see at the top, Tony Campbell from Albany. Then there's Barry Mitchell, Ron Spivey going to Rockford, and Mark Davis. Those are the leaders in that field goal percentage award category. And the Freedom to Take Your Best Shot contest will be coming to an arena near you. All the CBA arenas will have their chance tonight at Pensacola, on the 19th at Albany, and February 24th, Rochester. Freedom to Take Your Best Shot. And each time, one fan will be randomly picked from the stands. They will shoot from 13 feet 9 inches. That is the distance of a free throw. They can shoot it at any angle, though. And the contest will be coming to all the CBA arenas this season. And now Irv is standing by with today's contestant.
All right, thank you, Bob. Bill Atkinson is a banker. He played a little junior high basketball, a little high school basketball. You look like you're ready to go, Bill. Can you do it for $1,000?
No.
Well, there's a man with confidence. Go do your thing, Bill. His best shot for $1,000 from Minolta. Bill Atkinson, stepping up. I'm betting on him. I think he's conning us. I think he's a good shooter. Let's see what he does. Well, I'll guarantee he knew his stuff. He knew he wasn't going to do it. But you know what? We're going to take care of him. We got a dual camera from Minolta. Hey, Bobby, back to you.
All right, thanks, Irv. And we'll Have more basketball here. That concludes the CBA Halftime Magazine for February 15th. The score is Savannah 61, Mississippi 49. We'll be back with more of the CBA live on ESPN. Base. Mississippi Jets. Savannah battling for that fourth and final playoff spot in the East. Here are our leading scorers. Anthony Frederick, 14 for Mississippi. And Eddie Lee Wilkins has 16 for Savannah. I thought he might have 18. I don't know. I'll check that.
Oh, he stole a tip. That didn't get called too often. Tommy Wood and Darrell Humphrey right on top of that. So it's Savannah's basketball.
And we wipe the slate clean. The quarter system, in effect, a 7-point system in the CBA. You win a quarter, you get a point in the standings. You win the game, you get 4.
Nice little up-tempo game.
Get 3, rather. I'm sorry. Eddie Lee Wilkins. And Eric White will send it up. And we start where we began in the first half. The team's going up and down the floor. Tico Brown in the corner. Spins over Seiler. We're just underway in the third quarter. Glad you could be along with us.
Bannister is the starter, not Fonville this half. We saw Lester early on.
If you just joined us, it's the Mississippi Jets in blue. That's Eric White inside.
That's a solid effort inside as they really hammer. Got a delay of the game. White did a nice job coming back and getting the stick back.
61-51. Savannah leading. See that red line on the floor is the three-point line. That is the CBA line. It stands at 22 feet. Inside is Wilkins. And they're waving it off. Darrell Humphrey says, no, offensive foul.
I'll tell you something. This kid hangs in there pretty good. He's just a pup. Mentioned the college student. He gets a little better each time out. And any question about it, Wilkins through the left arm. And the supervisor of officials, that's 5 fouls. Supervisor of officials for the NBA, Daryl Garrettson, has emphasized that call. They do a good job in pro ball.
Othell Wilson the steal. And he runs the floor against White. And picks up the foul. Eric White. Third foul on Eric. All right, the CBA telephone poll. Do you think they should abolish the NBA college draft? If you think so, 1-900, that's the number. And if you think they should keep it, and we'll have the results.
Used to do that in baseball. We had some unusual salaries.
61-51, Savannah leading. This is Seiler, and rejected by Hines. 3-on-1 spirit break. Russell to Wilkins.
Boy, that was gift wrapped. Nice little bounce pass. If you're going to bounce it to somebody 6'10", you better make sure it's gift wrapped.
63-51, Savannah on top. The quarter even at 2-all. White inside for Bannister. He's grabbed.
Let's pick up the transition game once again. Now watch what a great job they do handling. Walker with the solid pass, and they finish up nicely with Eddie Lee Wilkins.
Wilkins moves pretty well for a big man, I'll tell you.
It really does. Spent some time with the Knicks last year, and of course what all these people are looking for is expansion. You see, we had the nice feature on Michael Adams. I see Michael Adams play a lot. He can flat play, and he's a little pup. They list him at 5'8". I think he's a lie, about 5'7". But all these guys want a shot to get back up there. With expansion coming, it can happen. Enos Watley just got called up. Oh, that he didn't get any iron that time.
Well, and they're giving it to Bannister here at the Savannah Civic Center. Pretty vocal crowd here on a Monday afternoon. Glad you could be along with us. 10:05 to go in the third. 63-51, Savannah leading.
These two teams played down in Mississippi and drew 11,000 people.
Wilkins' turnaround won't go. Here comes Kenny Seiler out of southern Mississippi.
But that guy can coach. That MK Turk gets no credit, and he can flat coach. He's got some players down there this year, too. They've been flirting in the top 10 most of the year.
Now they swing it on the wing for Anthony Frederick. He goes low for Ken Bannister. Pretty left-hand move.
It was awful easy. Eddie Wilkins very soft on that move.
Walker Russell working on Seiler. And they say Walker pushed off with the left arm.
Got him for hooking. I was talking about Mississippi. There's a guy right close down there at Gulfport, Mississippi, Chris Jackson. Everybody wants him. LSU was just in there. Got a legend for a coach, Burt Jenkins. Remember that name, Chris Jackson. He's only 6'1", does it all.
A 10-point Savannah lead, 63-53. Seiler is watched by Tico Brown. Bannister. Hines with the block. Greg Hines, 6'7".
This is the most important thing, in my opinion, in pro basketball, is the block shot. You try and keep them in play like Kevin McHale does. In this case, you got to swat it out of bounds here, but Hines goes up. The leading shot blocker is only 6'1", Steve Burt.
Back to the action. Othell Wilson tried to feed it to Hines on the break. Tipped out of bounds. The Spirits will get it back. And a timeout called by the Savannah Spirits. They lead 63-53. 9 minutes to go in the third. You're watching the CBA on ESPN. NBA coaches now in the CBA. The latest edition, Bob Hill, formerly with the Knicks, now the head man of the Topeka Sizzlers. Bill Musselman, you know about him, with the Albany Patroons. Musselman coach with the Cavaliers. Tom Nasalki's at Rapid City. And look where the Albany Patroons fit in the best starts in basketball history. An amazing 36-4 is where they stand today. And that's not too bad, Irv.
You know what's amazing about that? Because you do get some people who try and do it individually in this league so they can get back up in the NBA. Albany does it with teamwork. And there's no more unselfish player in the world than Sidney Lowe.
He's been with Bill Musselman wherever he's gone in the CBA. He was with the Thriller team in Tampa. Rapid City. Bill Musselman's teams have won 3 consecutive CBA championships, and boy, they're favored for a 4th.
Eric White got the foul. We're talking about CBA coaches. It makes some sense. Bob Hill going to Topeka. He was an assistant coach at Kansas under Ted Owen. Larry Brown knows the area.
Eddie Lee Wilkins thought he'd better pass it off to Tico, but they called 3 seconds on him.
They normally give you 4 when in there, but when you pass the ball and you're in the keyhole, you better get out of there. And he didn't do it. Eddie stayed.
Still a 10-point lead for Savannah. 8:35 to go in the third. Mississippi leads the quarter 4-2. Here's Seiler over Hines.
That's a nice effort by Kenny. He played 20 minutes in the first half, scored 4 points. He's a hometown guy.
Seiler with 6 now, and it's a 63-55 tally. Brown in trouble, finds Wilkins underneath.
It's a nice effort by Tico.
Ricky Wilson brings it back. Bad pass. He was looking inside for Eric White, and the Spirits will get it back.
I think it's settled down. It is a 10-point game, but the most important thing are the quarters. We're even at 1 apiece. And right now, the Guests lead at 6-4. That's Mississippi taking on Savannah.
You get 3 if you win the game. 3 points in the standings. 1 point for winning a quarter. Wilson in trouble. Dished it back out for Hines. He got it to go. 13 for Greg Hines. 67-55. The Savannah Spirits in control by a dozen. The quarter is all even at 6 now.
Want to go inside.
White. Got it.
He's got some ability. Didn't play much in the first half, and Eric White averages 20 a game.
Spirits by 10. They've got the basketball. Hines for Russell. Good bounce into Wilkins. And a whistle in the lane.
Walker Russell runs the show. Here's a solid pass. There's the flash. Puts it on the ground. There's the foul. They wanted the charge. Don't get it. Call goes against him. Hits him on the arm. Eddie Lee going to the line.